Happy Friday, y'all. So it looks like Miriam, Chantel, Foodie Beauty took a day off, did some light cooking on her day off, made some sort of what looks like oatmeal with some fruit on top of it. That I guess is like a meal that you make before you start fasting for Ramadan. So she took a picture of that, showed us that was what she made. I have to sneeze. There it is. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Anyway, she put out a pretty short video of her eating what's basically like a Subway 12-inch. Interesting, since I just mentioned this the other day on my live stream that at my largest, that was the maximum I could eat, was like a 12-inch. Um, but apparently she put so much junk on her sandwiches that they just like leak all over her face and fall apart all over the place. So I'm not gonna torment you with trying to cover the actual video. I'm not gonna bother you with that nonsense. She also, in her cooking ventures, tried to make some rice pudding and apparently burned it. So she couldn't even eat her own cooking that time and set it aside because it. She said she didn't make a huge batch, but I think part of her problems of why she can't get cooking done is twofold. I think one is that she doesn't use a cookbook like ever. Like if somebody would just buy this chick a cookbook or she would go online and buy a cookbook, she and follow the instructions, actually follow the instructions, um she might actually have some success in cooking. The other thing is I think she only has two large pots. I don't think, based on what her kitchen looks like, based on the fact that those are the only two cooking pots that we've ever seen, I don't think she owns anything smaller. I don't think she owns frying pans. I don't think she owns casserole dishes. No, she does. She does have casserole dishes because she made her the chicken pot pie was made in casserole dishes, right? So we know that she has casserole dishes, but I don't think that she has any smaller pots with like lids so that she could actually steam some rice. I don't think that she has any frying pans. I don't think she has anything like that. Because sometimes when we've seen her cook, there are things that she should obviously be doing in either a wok or a frying pan that she's doing in those large pots. And it doesn't really make any sense to cook it that way, right? So she made this rice pudding and apparently burned it, and it turned out terrible. But then she also, I don't know why she keeps going, like referring back to her childhood, right? She has this, she has a lot of unresolved issues with her childhood. Every morning, you guys, as soon as it starts heating up, I totally dry out. But anyway, she talked about these jumpsuits that she was given as a child, and that she would be made fun of at school for these things. because they were matching jumpsuits. They were both purple. They had bows on them and stirrups on the bottom. I have a problem with her timeline because if my memory serves me correctly, stirrups on pants were being sold around 86, 87. That would have made her, she was born in 84, you guys. That is too young of an age for the kind of teasing that she's talking about. Now, I got teased for my clothes too. I think a lot of us did, probably, right? If you all you can do is just like wear something that people don't like one day and they'll start making fun of it, right? Like for instance, I used to have a Gumby sweatshirt um back in like 86 cuz Gumby was kind of popular back then. I think that's when Kid and Play was a big thing and he had the Gumby cut, right? So Gumby clothes was like a big deal, and I had a sweatshirt, and apparently I was 6 months off. That's how it was down here, at least. If you got something and it was 6 months off, um, then the popular crowd would come after you. I didn't wear all Guess. Like one of the girls in my school, her sister worked at a Guess store in the mall, and so everything she wore was Guess. And these are the types of kids that were like so privileged that they would make fun of those of us who shopped at like J.C. Penney's or Sears, like Chantel is saying. She said her mom shopped at Sears. But those stirrup pants, that was like 86, 87. I don't believe that, and I've heard other live streamers say that her mom remarried or something. And so she had a stepdad in the picture by the time she went into elementary school. So the whole making fun of her for being on welfare doesn't make sense either because she had a two-parent household by then. Um, she said one of the stories she read on Reddit was a girl that got teased for being called Tree Girl because she stood by a tree a lot. You know, that's how kids are. Kids can be assholes. Kids can be assholes. I was called Barbie doll legs when I was in the 6th grade because I was starting to shoot up, but I was still really thin, and so I had very skinny legs. I didn't find it all that insulting though. I I would like it if y'all called me that now. Barbie doll legs. But I also I think one of the harder ones was in the 4th grade. There were a couple of boys that felt like my the hair on my arms was too dark and too prominent. So they were calling me Chewbacca arms. That one was hard. I will never forget that. Now I kind of don't even grow hair on my arms anymore. My mom told me that too, that she kind of stopped growing hair. And I've noticed this as well that like my body hair doesn't come in as quickly anymore. Like I only have to shave like every 2 weeks now because of that, which is fine by me because I used to be quite a hairy little German, you know. But people get teased. Like why dwell on it? I could tell you all kinds of stories of being teased as a child. Like why relive all this? Like she's constantly reliving all of these bad times from elementary school, but yet it seems like the timeline doesn't add up for it to have actually happened in elementary school. Like I remember what the fashions were in the 80s because I'm older than she is. You know, I was in junior high when stirrup pants were popular. I remember that. She would have been not even maybe kindergarten tops, tops, right? Who the hell in kindergarten's gonna tease you for your clothes? None of these stories ever make sense. How y'all doing? You got a good weekend planned for you? I put up another video today. It was political. If you're into politics and you like the State of the Union, you should check it out. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna just chill out today. That wasn't much that she put out this morning, and so I don't know if that means she'll be back on later or something else because, like, I don't know how she's gonna make a lot of money from that video. That was a piece of crap. I'll be real with you. Nobody wants to watch her eat to begin with, but at least that one wasn't vomit inducing because it was just a sub. Like, who cares about a sub? Except for the way she piles it down. I love how she says, I got one for me and I got one for Salah, and then she ate both of them. Right, like one after another, she just like piled them down. Unless she's trying to say that she got 2 footlongs and one is like in the kitchen or something. I don't know. That didn't make a lot of sense to me that she put two on the table and ate both of them. Um, I mean, at least it was a more modest meal than what we normally see her eat. So kudos to you. Um, all right, fine. You know, people get teased all the time. Look at, for example, the people that create channels just to harass others. That's the same thing. There was a channel created to harass me, and you know, I noticed that the animation looks eerily similar to what's been created on Chantel's channel. That's very interesting. That the drawings on that look a lot like the animation created on Chantel's channel. Well, I'm gonna do some light cleaning today. I'll probably get a mani and a pedi, and I'm not gonna. I mean, she gave us like nothing. She gave us nothing today. Um, she said she's a little too lazy to cook after getting that giant grocery haul that was probably from a food bank and probably food intended for actual people in need. You know, if you're taking from a food bank, take only what you need. She took 3 tables of food. 3 tables of food. For what? It's all going to spoil before you're even halfway through Ramadan. You better start cooking, girl, and preparing things to store in the fridge and to freeze because you're not going to have time to be ordering shit like this just after sundown. You know? Like, if all the restaurants are closed, which is what she says, that they close all the restaurants during the day. So, if they close all the restaurants during the day, does that mean they close all the businesses too? If they close all the businesses, then is Salah going to be at home with her all day? What does that mean exactly? But the restaurants are apparently closed. Nobody, including tourists, are allowed to eat in public. And they fast all day, right? So how's she going to order subs in time before, if they're going to have such a short window for when they're actually serving? How's that going to work out? But anyway, everybody gets bullied. So if you're still dwelling on shit from elementary school, kind of, move on. Move on with your life, please. We all got teased. Everybody got teased, and a lot of us still get teased, even in our adulthood. You know, still happens, right? Um, I don't. She obviously has unresolved issues. Needs to see a therapist and work all that out because it probably, if it's real, well, I think that's real because she keeps dwelling on it. It's probably contributing to her ED. You know, she has all these unresolved issues, can't move on. It's probably contributing to her ED. So, with that, I'll see. I have a picture that I screenshotted from the live stream, but I don't know how to add thumbnails yet. I haven't figured that out. I'll see if I can figure that out, you guys. Anyway, I hope y'all getting ready for the weekend and that you have a good Friday. I might do something later. I might not because my boyfriend's coming back this weekend, and so I'm kind of prepping for that. All right. Talk at y'all later.